Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Chelsea Ratman YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why nature is brutal and why humans aren't better than nature. Now, here's a hint. I prefer animals more than people? Yes, I really do. Why is that? Because they don't have a superiority complex over other animals. Animals are just so much better. Animals, I feel like animals have more empathy than most people, especially now, thanks to social media. Since social media, people have really become toxic, you know, apathetic, selfish, narcissistic, you name it. And it's simply down to the fact that I think people have the superiority complex, over animals. Like I see so many people, constantly say that, we're better than animals because we have a consciousness. But yet, if we had a consciousness, why do we still have grape? Because I can't say the actual word. Violence, murder, bank robbery, fraud, cheating, drugs, etc. Why do we have so many of these things? Why do we have so many of these things still? If we were really truly a perfect species and we were better than all these other animals on this planet and we were superior to other animals, then why do we still act like chimps? If you look at chimpanzees, for example, in the wild, they will bite each other's genitals off. They will forcibly fuck the females. You know, if a child is born within 6 months, those males will kill that child so they can get the female to reproduce again. The world ain't perfect. Nature isn't perfect, but I prefer it more than humans because at least nature knows that it isn't. At least it owns it. People just pretend that everything is superior, that they're superior to it. So many people would like brainwash idiots and like get so shocked when they see like a wolf like ganging up on an elk. I'm like, what do you expect? The elk's prey. Of course it's going to be eaten. If the wolf don't get to them, humans will, bears will, cougars will. Even coyotes will probably go after the young elk. That's nature, mate. Nature's brutal. Everything kills each other in nature. There is no such thing. All this Adam and Eve and all this religious shit, saying that, animal, you know what I mean? Like, no, it isn't. And the thing is, nature is, and a lot of time is brutal, right? I mean, nature has its good moments, little baby animals, cute. Sometimes, like, I've seen where, like, wild pigs and, like, bears, will, like, drink out the same pool together and won't attack each other. So there are good parts where animals do get along, same where many people have built relationships with wild animals. So they do have empathy. And that's the thing. Nature's brutal, right? Nature is brutal. But yeah, I feel like most animals, especially ones that I've been with, wild and domestic, have more empathy than most people do. When you think about it, a lot of my insecures about to do with the way I look, how poor I am, how much of an incel I am, the fact that I guess I don't have friends. It's not because I want that. I don't care about sex or friends and all that. It ain't worth the hassle. But I feel the pressure to do it because people will shame me for being a virgin. People will shame me for having no friends. People will shame me for being ugly. People will shame me, for not having a job. People will shame me. In fact, people will shame you because that's what people do. Most people will do that. Most of my family have done that. They will. They will. This whole time, all they've told me to do is go out and get a job and you'll find purpose. Oh, that's going to do anything. It won't. Of course it won't. And these people will still continue to say the exact same stuff like the NPC sheep that they are. you know, with all the stuff that happened over lockdown, you know, what happened when we isolated, you know, the way they treated me then, disgusting. You know, the way they treated me nearly 2 months ago when I said what I said to my little sister and I got kicked out for it. You know, I shouldn't have said what I said. You know, put my hands up, I shouldn't have said what I said. But it still doesn't give me a reason for her to kick me out, for me to get kicked out. You know, me and my sister are cushy now. I mean, I still don't like the fact that she hasn't apologised for kicking me out. I mean, I've apologised, you know, for saying what I said, but I shouldn't have been kicked out. I think anyone with any rational mind, you know, would say that. But at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, people are just total scumbags. You know, the most an animal's ever done to me is hiss at me. A cat. I've had cats. I've had one of our cats literally hissed at me a few times. But I told them no, they came back, they apologised. They rubbed their bodies, you know when cats like purr and they rub their bodies against your legs to show affection? They did that. Everything was sorted. Didn't have to give them food, nothing. They were just quite happy purring. In fact, one of my old dad's cats, I did that to him once and he came back an hour in and he had literally like rubbed his body against my leg and then just jumped up and started purring. Wouldn't leave me alone. You know what I mean? Almost like a form of like apologising and like wanting fuss. So even that cat, old cat of my dad's, has more empathy than most people. You know, when you live the life that I've lived, and the things that people that live worse lives than I do, you know, and I've had to deal with abusive grandparents, especially my granddad. Awful, awful man. Can't stand him. He was always negative towards me. No positivity. Never taught me anything. Just told me to man up and get a job. That's it. Didn't teach me how to man up though. Didn't teach me how to be a man though, did he? Absolute pillock. You know, abusive step parents. You know, abusive stepdad, abusive stepmum. You know, having to do a dad that stuck up for my abusive stepmum over me. Multiple times, even 6 months ago, I'm confronted about it. Just said, oh, it's all just massive exaggeration. I'm like, no, it's not. Because I remember it. I have thoughts about it now. I mean, I didn't for years, and now I've remembered it again. And from the memory as I have, now that I can rationalise things a lot more than when I was a kid, it was pure abuse. And not just that, but also having been bullied at school, having to deal with autism and having people like criticise you because you're autistic, and it's awful. You know, I know a guy that I watch on YouTube who's not autistic or anything, or had to deal with abusive step parents, but has been stabbed. You know, and when I heard it, it wasn't surprising, because in London, loads of people get stabbed. It's terrible, absolute terrible. Only homeless people and vulnerable people like him. No offence, if you're watching this video, Mr. Anti-natalist, you are short, so you are more likely to get attacks. I mean, I'm a scrawny little shit anyway. I'm 6 foot, well, barely, but I'm 5'11" 3/4. But I class myself as 6 foot, especially on dating profiles. Even though I haven't even set up a dating profile yet. When he said that he had got stabbed, it didn't surprise me. The same way when I hear a woman saying that she was great, because I can't say the actual word because I don't want to get my video deleted. And if I do, yeah. 4 weeks, no, not 4, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like when I hear a woman that gets, you know, assaulted, it doesn't surprise me. You know, when I hear a bloke being stabbed, it doesn't surprise me. When I hear a man that gets an innocent dad that gets taken to court and is forced to pay child support, it doesn't surprise me. You know, you know what I mean? When I hear that terrible parents bring another innocent soul into this planet, you know, it's devastating. It's not surprising. None of it is surprising. When there's bad shit that happens, it's not surprising. When there's good stuff, it is surprising. When I have a good night's sleep, I actually didn't sleep too bad. I think I might have slept for the full 7-8 hours last night, but I still feel shit. I think a lot of my mental health issues might be down to vitamin deficiencies, trauma, having to deal with autism, probably the season as well, because I do tend to get more depressed during winter because there's no vitamin D. How on earth am I going to get enough vitamin D? I do need to supplement, but yeah, just generally, it's not surprising that these bad things happen. So when I hear these bad things happen, it it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't fucking surprise me. But yeah, that's it really, and like art examples of other nature as well. When you see videos of baboons taking lion cubs up trees to get revenge on them, so they lie with the lion population so they don't get hunted as much. And they eat the lion cubs slowly. So they basically eat them alive very slowly and take chunks out of them and eat them until they're dead. Sad, but it's nature. You know, nature in this world is evil. When religious people, especially religious people, are ignorant to this and say that evolution doesn't exist and that Adam and Eve and all that rubbish, and saying that, nature's beautiful, everything's beautiful, we should procreate as much as we can. And it's like, no, we shouldn't. We should stop procreating. We need more anti-natalism. There was a guy actually that said that I say anti-natalism, not anti-natalism. So sorry if you got pissed off by that. But yeah, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Nothing more, nothing less. We live in a cruel world where it's not worth bringing a child into, and simply as, nature isn't pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful and I love walking out in nature, but I know that there could be a rabid fox that could come at me any time and could give me rabies and ruin my life. I mean, that's all we have here. We don't have wolves. I mean, wolves aren't that bad, to be fair. Wolves are actually less likely to attack you than foxes, believe it or not. But yeah, that's all I've got to really say is, nature's cruel, human nature's cruel. We're stupid to our own impulses and narcissistic tendencies. When I hear bad stuff happen in the news or towards people that I watch online, it doesn't surprise me. You know, and with social media and all this woke feminist and LGBT nonsense. Well, yeah, all this woke stuff. It's not surprising that this world has gone even worse, but it was never that great in the first place. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So if you enjoy, please like, subscribe, leave a comment on what topic you want me to talk about next, because I'm kind of starting to run out of ideas now. After this video, I don't have any more ideas. So please feel free to put in the comments what ideas you want me to do for videos. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and comment, and yeah, and have a good day.